J Wave, aka Mr. 10 to 2 Pull Up. And I just wanted to come to you guys with something a little bit personal and near and dear to my heart. So around this time last year, I was going through a lot of issues internally. Um, some may know about this story, a lot of people don't. So I figure because we're in such a sensitive time, maybe my story can relate to some. And then more or less, I have a message at the end to tell everybody. So around this time last year, I did an interview with one of my friends for her YouTube channel. With the YouTube channel, it talked about positive living and how to live in a positive way, lifestyle, thing of that nature. I was dealing with a problem eternally that at the time, like, I probably shouldn't have did the interview because it was like this real low point. I've never really had like a super low point or a point where I felt like I was going through a form of depression. So after the interview, I get to my car and then I just break down crying. Like, I'm probably crying for 15 minutes. And so I'm driving home, trying to wipe these tears from my eyes like kind of burning at this point. And so I called a homie up on the phone and I'm just crying to my homie on the phone. Like, they say a lot of men shouldn't do stuff like that or we should be macho or whatever, but it was just how I was feeling at the time. I feel like if you have an emotion that you're going through and you got a close friend you can vent to that friend about it. So that's what I did. And I don't know if he was thinking I was going to do something to harm myself the way that I was hysterically crying. And because I was just kind of telling him like, yo, tell everybody I love them. I'm going to go off the radar for a little bit. I got to get some shit together. And yeah, that was just it. And so I don't know if I forgot to mention or I mentioned to him, don't tell anybody to hit me up, but just tell everybody I'm doing fine. I'm going to just fall off the map. So the next day my phone's blowing up, buzzing. So I'm trying to talk to one person, trying to explain what I'm going through, but I'm sitting here crying at my desk at work because I was trying to relive all these issues that I was going through at the time. So one person hit me up, then a second person, and a third person, and it just became too much for me because I'm like, I'm trying to get work done. I'm not trying to focus on this. I'm a big person of don't bring your outside problems to where you work at and don't bring your work outside of work. So it was just tough for me overall. So I just kind of slid off the radar for a couple of weeks, deleted the social media apps from my phone, stayed recluse in my room. I don't even really think I DJ'd that much during that time just because of what I was going through. And so, more or less what I'm saying is, make sure that you are protective of yourself and your time and your energy, because the reason I was feeling the way that I was feeling was because I was giving out more than what I was giving. When it comes to family and friends and all this, we can be that person who's always there for everybody. Yo, like, Mo, can you help me out with this? Or Mo, are you around for that? Or Mo, da 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 da. And if you really know me, Wavy Mo, I'm not gonna ask you for anything unless it's an emergency. I'm not gonna ask. So if 9 times out of 10 when I call you, it's because I'm checking in on you. 9 times out of 10 when I'm texting you, it's because I want to see how you're doing. I have an interest in my friends. I want to make sure my friends are good. I want to make sure my family is good. I'm not calling to ask. So when it's like I'm taking time out my schedule to check in on you whether it's somebody going through a relationship issue, whether it was me just lending an ear because you had your personal problems, you know, is it too much to ask for the same in return? Not that I was going through those problems at that particular time, but it's just like, yo, where's the love that's coming back? Like, when's anybody gonna take an interest in me to be like, yo, Wave, is everything all right with you? You know, yo, Mo, like, is like, I know life's crazy for you with the whole DJing and working and all that. Like, yo, is everything straight on your end? And it's just like, it wasn't happening. So it's just like, damn, I'm just giving, and not receiving. So I was feeling very malnourished in that department. So more or less, you know, I'm telling everybody, just protect your energy, you know, do what's best for you. And I know with the current situation that we're in, it's a lot of people going through depressed states and low points. If you are going through those situations at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, vent to me, talk to me. I ain't got nothing but time in the world. I'm up at 5 a.m. right now recording this video. My sleep pattern's thrown off, so I have an open availability to just communicate with those who need to communicate with somebody to get something off their chest, if they don't have anybody. And just if you're going through issues, because we all going through it. I'm hurting bad because, you know, I just DJ full time. So, you know, so DJing was my money maker. Like, I'm getting a $0 income right now. So it's just like we all have our struggles, but it's just like the thing with me is I've been through worse. So this, you know, this is just kind of a tip of the iceberg of what I'm used to going through growing up, you know, being, I guess, a black person in America. So, more or less, if you're going through issues, please do not hesitate to reach out, you know, because I want to be here for you. And also, you know, I want to tell you guys to protect your energy once you realize and see those red flags. So it might be people you might have been cool with for a couple years, and you know they might choose that a situation over you because the situation might seem more lit, or some people might choose a situation over like a relationship over you, which I understand completely. You know, if this is somebody you see yourself building with, by all means, but hold down the same people that were holding you down when you hit your low points with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever the case may be, and you was sobbing and sad when shit went south for you. So make sure you do that same thing for your friends. Because I have a couple stories, but I'm not gonna share those just because it's kind of personal, and it's like, you know, I'm trying to mend those relationships, even though it's kind of like I got the short end of the stick. I'm the type of person where I can't live with resentment on my heart. Like, I can't live my life holding a grudge. So I have to be like, yo, you know, reach out to that person and try to talk out, let them know what issue it is I'm dealing with, and try to talk it out and work it out. And even if we not as cool as we once were, at least I got it off my chest, so it's no sweat off my back. And it's like, you know, if people wrong you and, you know, they don't learn their lesson, shame on them. You know what I mean? I'm a big believer in, you know, what you put out is what you'll receive back. So, you know, you might think what you did was the right decision, but if you have whether it's you have prior arrangements with somebody and you cancel last minute because, oh, there's this cute person I'm interested in, I just have to entertain this. Like, that can, you know, that can wait for any time if, you know, or shit, you might be able to do both in one day. I'm able to multitask like a mother. You feel me? I ain't gonna say the rest of that word. but I'm able to multitask very well and do multiple things in a day if I prioritize my time correctly. So there's no real excuse for people's behaviors and why they do what they do. Um, so yeah, just more or less be protective of your energy, and also don't be afraid to reach out. Do not hold that in. Do not hold that negative energy in. We have too many people losing their lives, whether it's through them not talking to themselves and them committing suicide, or people um ODing on drug use because drugs were their outlet to dealing with their issue. Please, by all means, hit me up, DM me. I'll give you my number. We can talk, and or FaceTime or whatever the case may be, and if I can be that voice for you to talk you from jumping off that ledge, by all means, I'm here for you. So I just wanted to share that personal story with you guys, and hopefully that you might even know somebody you might have wronged, or or you might be in the same situation as me, or you might just be at an all-time low because of everything that's going on. But please do not keep a closed mouth when it comes to this stuff. No matter who it is, it's all important that we get it off our chest so we're not sitting with this burden on it. So love you guys. Peace and blessings. Wavy Mo out.